Hey FactCore fam! Welcome back to the channel where we dive into the weirdest and most wonderful facts the world has to offer. You guys know how much I love doing crazy challenges, but today, we're switching things up and taking a deep dive into the bizarre world of phobias. Now I'm talking about those seriously strange, irrational fears that can totally mess with your mind. We're not just talking about your average fear of spiders or heights. Oh no, we're going way beyond that. Get ready to be surprised because we're uncovering some of the most unusual phobias out there. Trust me, you won't believe what people are afraid of. Alright, FactCore crew, buckle up because our first phobia is a real doozy. It's called arachibutyrophobia, and get this, it's the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth. I know what you're thinking. Peanut butter? Seriously? But guys, for those who actually have this phobia, it's no laughing matter. It's a real deal source of anxiety. Imagine this. You're biting into a delicious peanut butter and jelly sandwich and suddenly, your chest tightens. Why? Because the thought of that sticky peanut butter clinging to the roof of your mouth sends shivers down your spine. This fear is often linked to a deeper fear of choking or suffocation, which can turn a seemingly harmless snack into a total panic trigger. Some people with arachibutyrophobia even avoid peanut butter altogether. That's how strong this fear can be. Now, I'm someone who's down to try anything. Spicy challenges, crazy stunts, you name it. But the thought of completely giving up peanut butter, that's wild. But it just goes to show you how powerful our minds can be. They can turn even the most ordinary things into sources of serious fear. Think about it, peanut butter. It's in so many snacks. Cookies, crackers, candies, it's everywhere. And for someone with arachibutyrophobia, navigating a world filled with peanut butter must be like walking through a minefield. Every bite, every sniff could trigger that intense fear. This phobia really makes you realize that everyone experiences the world in their own unique way. What might seem totally normal to you or me could be a source of intense anxiety for someone else. So, next time you see someone steering clear of a peanut butter cup, remember arachibutyrophobia. It's a real thing, and it can have a huge impact on people's lives. Okay, FactCore fam, let's talk about a phobia that hits a little closer to home, especially in this day and age. Get ready for this one. It's called nomophobia, and it's the fear of being without your mobile phone. I mean, who hasn't felt that pang of panic when they can't find their phone, right? But for folks with nomophobia, it goes way beyond a little inconvenience.
We live in a world where we're constantly connected. Our phones are practically extensions of ourselves. They hold our schedules, our memories, our connections to the outside world. So it's no surprise that the thought of being without that lifeline can be seriously unsettling for some. But for people with nomophobia, that anxiety is amplified. Imagine this. Your phone battery dies and you don't have a charger. For someone with nomophobia, this scenario isn't just annoying, it's a full-blown nightmare. The fear of being disconnected from friends, family, and information can be overwhelming. It's like being stranded on a desert island, cut off from civilization.
Psychologists believe this phobia is deeply rooted in our fear of isolation. Our phones have become our constant companions, our windows to the world, and for some, losing that connection can trigger a primal fear of being alone. Think about it. How often do you reach for your phone without even thinking about it? It's become second nature to us. So, when that connection is severed, even for a short time, it can feel incredibly disorienting. And for someone with nomophobia, that disorientation can quickly spiral into a full-blown panic attack. It makes you wonder, right? Are we becoming too reliant on our phones? Is this constant connectivity creating a new kind of anxiety in our society? It's definitely something to think about. Chapter 3. Xanthophobia. Sunshine. More like scared shine. Alright, FactCore fam, get ready for a phobia that's truly mind-boggling. This one is called xanthophobia, and hold on to your hats. It's the fear of the color yellow. You heard that right, yellow. The color of sunshine, lemons, and rubber duckies.
Now I know what you're thinking. How can someone possibly be afraid of a color? Believe me, I was skeptical at first too. But xanthophobia is a real thing, and for those who experience it, it's no joke. Just the sight of anything yellow can trigger intense anxiety and even panic attacks. Imagine this. You're walking through a field of sunflowers, and suddenly, you're overcome with dread. Or maybe you're at a party, and the sight of yellow balloons sends chills down your spine. For someone with xanthophobia, these seemingly harmless situations can be terrifying.
Like many phobias, xanthophobia often stems from a traumatic event or negative association linked to the color yellow. For example, Someone who experienced a car accident on a sunny day might develop a fear of the color yellow because their brain has created a connection between that color and the trauma of the accident. It's like their mind is trying to protect them from potential danger by associating yellow with something negative. It might seem irrational to those of us who don't experience this phobia, but that's the thing about fear. It doesn't always make sense. Our brains are wired to keep us safe, and sometimes that means developing seemingly illogical fears. Chapter 4. Globophobia. Balloons, more like doomloons. Hey, FactCore fam, ever been to a party and felt a little uneasy around the balloons? Well, some people take that discomfort to a whole new level. Enter globophobia, the fear of balloons. Now I get it, balloons popping unexpectedly can be a bit startling, but for folks with globophobia, it's a whole different ballgame.
We're not just talking about a little jump scare here, we're talking full-blown terror at the mere sight of a balloon. Imagine this. You walk into a birthday party and bam! Balloons everywhere! Colorful, shiny, floating menaces as far as the eye can see. For someone with globophobia, this is the stuff of nightmares. It's like walking into a horror movie, with each balloon representing a potential threat.
The fear often stems from a childhood event, like a balloon popping unexpectedly, or a traumatic experience involving balloons at a party. The brain then creates a powerful negative association, turning those colorful decorations into objects of dread. It's incredible how our minds work, right? One minute you're a carefree kid enjoying a balloon animal, and the next, bam! A loud pop, a sudden fright, and boom. Years later you can't even look at a balloon without breaking into a cold sweat. It just goes to show that even the most seemingly innocent objects can hold different meanings for different people. What might represent joy and celebration for some can be a source of intense fear and anxiety for others. Chapter 5. Anatidophobia. Always watch your back for ducks. Alright FactCore family, get ready to have your minds blown because this last phobia takes the cake for being the most bizarre. Drumroll please. It's anatidophobia, the fear that somewhere, somehow, a duck is watching you. Yes, you heard that right, ducks! Those seemingly innocent feathered friends waddling around parks and ponds. For some people, they represent a constant, looming threat.
Now I know what you're thinking. Ducks? Seriously? But anatidophobia is a real thing, and for those who experience it, it's no laughing matter. Imagine this. You're walking down the street, minding your own business, when suddenly, you feel a pair of beady eyes on you. You turn around and there's nothing there. But the feeling persists. That unshakable sensation that somewhere out there, a duck is watching your every move.
It's not just about ducks though. At its core, anatidophobia is about the fear of being watched, of constantly being under surveillance. It's that unsettling feeling that someone, or in this case something, is always observing you, judging your every move. This phobia is often linked to broader anxiety issues and paranoia. The duck becomes a symbol of that unseen threat, that nagging feeling that you're never truly alone, that someone is always watching. It just goes to show you the human mind is a complex and sometimes strange thing. We can develop fears about anything, even the most harmless creatures. So next time you're strolling through the park and spot a duck, remember somewhere someone might be absolutely terrified of that very bird. What's up, FactCore crew? That was a wild ride through the world of unusual phobias, wasn't it? From peanut butter to ducks, we've covered some seriously strange fears today. If you found this video as fascinating as I did, hit that like button harder than a duck escaping from well, you know, and don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing facts and awesome content from FactCore. We're all about exploring the weird, the wonderful, and everything in between. Now it's your turn, FactCore fam. Let me know in the comments down below. What's your weirdest fear? I'm seriously curious to hear from you guys. Until next time, stay curious, stay awesome, and watch out for those ducks. Peace out.